It's finally here! Hey everyone, this is Jack from the Cardboard Herald, and today we are taking a look at Kabuto Sumo Total Mayhem, the new upcoming expansion to the hit dexterity game of beetle battling. And this is a little bit of an update review because we already have a review that we did for the Kickstarter with essentially all of the major components intact. So you can check that out if you want my impressions. The download, the sitch, the 411 on it, if people say 411 anymore, it's great. It takes a game I already really loved. I played it 30 times so far this year and makes it all that much better, mainly by harnessing the power of cards. During setup, you pick two of the cards. One of those is going to have its banner showing, so it's on the match side, which gives some sort of parameters or additional rule that is going to govern the match. And then the other one is just purely on its component side without the match banner showing, and it has a more minor effect on the game. A lot of these are designed to give alternate win conditions on top of the standard win condition of knocking another beetle out of the arena, and otherwise accelerating the game by giving players more options, which is a great thing because if there's one thing that kind of held back the original game as presented is that it had the opportunity for kind of a stalemate to develop in certain situations. Having alternate victory conditions, having accelerated gameplay gives you different strategic avenues to enrich the game and makes it so the clock is bound to stop for one reason or another. This could be in the form of collecting a number of briarwood little thorns that are scattered on the board at the beginning, or it could be knocking out the briefcase, which is packed full of money, and if you knock out the briefcase, it's just like knocking out a beetle. You win the game because you got the cash. Now, the only elements of this that weren't covered in the original review that I did were the ladder, the table, and the coffin, mainly because of production considerations. For the prototype that I had, they weren't able to get it together. Or in the case of the table, they changed the design of the thing to be an adorable little Jasper. I have a board game table that I can play on top of my board game table with a game made by board game tables. It's pretty meta when you think about it, but all three of these things are thoughtful and interesting and nuanced and bring a load of flavor to this game. The table, whenever someone knocks it over with a piece, man, they cause the thing to collapse on someone's head and you win the game. The coffin collects pieces that are knocked off the table, ultimately allowing you to get more pieces from the supply, or in the case of playing on the match side, the coffin allows you to access a boatload of pieces that aren't in the game, making for a really mayhemic experience. Is mayhemic a word? I'm not sure. An experience chock full of mayhem. And then the ladder creates a situation where you put in some supplies. You, as a player, pay some of your mediums in order to start climbing this ladder, and unless someone knocks down the ladder, you will win when you reach the top, giving you this great risk-reward dynamic. But whatever you're playing with, whether it's chairs or tables or it's ladders or coffins or the briarwood and thorns, all of these things are integrated in interesting ways that up the thematic immersion by giving this great cinematic feel to what's already such a rich and charming game. It increases the strategic avenues through which you can interact, and it provides a great amount of variety to the game, all of which is done without having too much overhead. I mean, I will say that some of them have pretty abrupt impacts on the game. I mean, the table, if handled right, can end a game in just a couple turns. And then the ladder, when not played on the match side, allows you to push in one of your standard pieces with this bad daddy, which is a huge amount of leverage and can disrupt just about anything. But that combination, the synergy of the different match and component sides of the cards, this creates a lot of variety and interesting situations that ultimately, I think, even if some of them are unexpected consequences or end the game abruptly, it's charming and elevates the game. So if it sounds like I'm singing all these praises about the expansion without any real criticism, it's because I love this. If you are someone who likes Kabuto Sumo, even if you thought that there were some rough around the edges elements, but you saw the potential in the game, or you're someone who just outright loves it like me, this is an expansion that is doing what expansions can do when they're at their best. It emphasizes the best elements, it makes up for some of the worst elements, and feels organic to the game as designed. That's our review, but let me know, what are your favorite expansions and what are your favorite insects? Because, yo, it's Kabuto Sumo. We got to talk about that. Put it in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, thanks for being an awesome community. You know that I've been Jack for the Cardboard Herald.